He can make you holy tonight by the blood of Jesus Christ. His blood, one drop of the blood of Jesus that He shed on the cross of Calvary, can wash away every sin. He can wash away every stain. He said He'll take your sin as far as the east is from the west. Let me tell you, you and I can be holy as we come into Jesus Christ and make Him the Lord of our Savior. Can you say amen? Give Him a hand clap in Jesus' name. You know, when I first got saved, started preaching not long after, before we knew it, we were having meetings, we had a church, and we were serving the Lord. And a lot of the people was going to the God.Church, a big church up the road. And we were struggling to pay the bills. We couldn't pay the light bill. Some months we scratched up to pay it. And I had maybe 12 or 15 people coming. And everybody, hundreds going to the big church. And I know what they were thinking. There's Ham.Parker. He was drunk 3 months ago. He was, you know what I mean? And now he's going to tell us about the blessed Lord. I want you to know something. If you come to Jesus Christ, when He washes you white as snow, when He takes your sin as far as the east is from the west, He makes you holy before God. Can you say amen? And give Him a hand clap in Jesus' mighty name. In the year King Uzziah died, he saw also the Lord. You know, there's a lot of people that'll tell you in the Christian movements in America, never confess anything negative. Never confess you're sick. Never confess you're having a problem. Never confess anything negative. Well, that's a lie from the pits of hell. The Bible says, is there any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church. You got to be lost before you can be found. Jesus came to seek and to save that which was lost. Until you admit you're lost, until you admit you're a sinner, until you repent of your sins, God cannot change you. You got to say, Lord, I'm tired of living the way I've been living. I want to make a new life in Christ. I want to be free from sin. Can you say amen in the mighty name of Jesus Christ? Give Him a hand clap of praise. He saw something else I want to talk about for a little bit. It says, in the posts of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. He saw the power of God. What you're seeing in this movement all over this land and many other nations, over 40 nations of the world amongst Gypsy people, is the power of God. Only God can reach out in 40-some nations and maybe 50 nations of the world and breathe upon the traveling Gypsy people, and they can come to Christ. Only God, let me tell you, can take them. You know, communists made a boast years ago. We'll put a new suit on every man. But Christianity answered, we'll put a new man in every suit. I want you to know something. Only God can put a new man in the suit. Only God can change you from the inside. Can you say amen in Jesus' mighty name? Give me my hand clap of praise. He saw the power of God. He saw the power of God to deliver and set free. My mother's brother's name was Eddie Forrest, Edward Forrest. My mom was a Forrest, and she married my father. And my Uncle Eddie was a drinker, a whiskey drinker, drink lots of whiskey. And his wife left him. She was a Morrison, Tilly Morrison. She left him, and he called me. He was about 60 miles from me on a camping trailers with a bunch of traveling people. And he said, Tilly's left me. Will you come up and talk to me, son? And I drove to him, and he was drunk. And the people on the camp was trashed of him. Because after dark, anybody that was left outside was on their own with him, because he was dangerous when he was drinking. And I led him to the Lord in the sinner's prayer, and he drunk for years and years, never come up for a sober breath. And I wondered, did it stick? And he said, will you hook onto my trailer and pull me back to your place, and I'd get me back with my wife, and the Lord would have it. I took his trailer back, and I talked to his wife, and they got back together. And that night, blind drunk, one drop of the blood of Jesus Christ set him free, and 20 years later, he never touched another drop. Can you say amen? That's the power of God. Hallelujah to God. I met a young traveler along the road one day. He was a millionaire. His father would spend any amount of money to get him in a rehab. If it was $50,000, he'd spend whatever to get him dried out. He was doing cocaine, $1,000 a day, and it wouldn't even hurt his money. And I caught him along the road, all coked up, still had it around his nose. And I said, you know, Jesus can set you free from cocaine with one drop of his precious blood. He said, man, I'd love to get free from this stuff. I need help. And I prayed with him alongside the road. And he's a deacon today in the church 30 years later. One drop of the blood of Jesus. Give the Lord a hand clap. I praise you, Jesus. Can set the worst sinner free. I was an alcoholic. I woke up many a time. One night I remember waking up under a pool table in a pub. And the people poking fun of me. And I broke my heart. And I said, I'm better than this. I shouldn't be here. And on St. Paddy's Day, that's why I always love the Irish people. On St. Paddy's Day, I was drinking in a pub. And a man came in with a beard and long hair, a big fella. He looked like John the Baptist. And he started preaching to me. And I said, I don't want to know. I'm having a party here. Beat it. Go pluck somebody else, you know. And anyway, he kept telling me, you don't belong here. God's got a plan for your life. God wants to set you free. And I went home that night. I never listened to him. And I knelt beside that bed. And I said, Lord, if you're really up there, and if you can really set me free, and if you can really change my life, then come do it now. And from that day to this, God has saved me and set me free. I never went back. Can you say amen? And give him a hand clap of praise. Isaiah saw the power of God. The post of the door moved at the voice of him. There's power in the words of the gospel. At the voice of him that spoke. God is chosen by the foolishness of preaching that men might be saved. Let me tell you, hear me out. Traveling people, we're so smart, so intelligent. We can sell an Eskimo refrigerator. But yet in all, somebody comes along and tells you about the greatest deal that the world has ever known. The blood of Jesus Christ that can set the worst sinner free. And we don't want to know. Let's wise up and say yes to Jesus. Jesus is coming back. Can you say amen? And let's get ready for him. Hallelujah to God. You know, he saw the power of God. I was preaching in Phoenix, Arizona to about 700 or 800 travelers in a meeting. And as I was preaching, a little woman put her finger up and come down the aisle. And any of you preachers know when a woman's got that determined look on her face, the finger in the air, I wasn't going to be able to stop her. And she said to me, my son is in the Gypsy. He's been in jail. We don't know if he's insane, demon-possessed, or what the problem is. And I was preaching, and she noticed I used a handkerchief because I sweat terrible when I preach. And she said, I want that handkerchief. I'm going to get it to my boy. And the Lord's told me that he can set him free. And so I gave that woman that handkerchief. And about a year later, she said he's never to get out for maybe 10 years. And I got it wrong. He'd been in the Gypsy. Now he was in the prison for the criminally insane. And so I gave her the handkerchief, and a year later I come back preaching in Phoenix, Arizona, and up she walked. She said, you don't remember me? I said, I remember you. You're the woman with the handkerchief. She said, right. She said, my boy was to do 10 years in the criminally insane part of the prison. We didn't think he'd ever get out. He's been in the Gypsy care. He's been in all manners of rehabs and all kinds of things. She said, I snuck that handkerchief into the prison and made him take it. And she said, my boy, by a miracle from God, got out of prison. He married a Christian girl and is teaching Sunday school in the church now. Can you say amen? Give the Lord a hand clap of praise in Jesus' name.